Now, as long as you've installed Python correctly and you have Python in your path, you should see that project interpreter when you start up PyCharm. If you don't see it, you may need to configure a new interpreter, but the first thing to do is to check your path. So let me show you how to check your path. In Windows, what you want to do is in this little search box here, just go and search for um, environment. Okay. And then you should see edit the system environment variables control panel. And then you'll get system properties advanced, and there's a button for environment variables here. Click on that. And here are my user variables for Mark. And you're interested in this path variable here. So select path, and you can edit it. And this is a list of all of the places that your system will look for executables. So when you run something that's in a different directory from where you currently are, it will look in this path to try to find the executable you're trying to run. And this is where you want to make sure that your Python interpreter shows up. So my latest Python interpreter is Python 3.9.6, which is stored in this Python 39 folder. And so in my path, I have Python 39 lib, idle lib, and Python 39 scripts and Python 39. All three of these were added when I installed Python. But if they're not there, you can make your own by clicking this new button. You can type pretty much any path you want. So C:\\, find the link to your Python interpreter. So let me go ahead and select File Explorer. And it's going to be installed probably under your users directory. So C users, your username. And then under here, you're looking for app data. Now, depending on how you have your system configured, you probably won't be able to see app data here because it's a system folder, and so it's hidden by default. You can make it not be hidden by going to this View menu here and selecting Options, Change Folder and Search Options, and then under the View tab, make sure to select this radio button for Show Hidden Files, Folders, and Drives. And I also think it's useful to uncheck Hide Extensions for Known File Types. So select that, uncheck this, and then go ahead and say Apply. Or you can just say OK. If you do that, you should see app data in this list. Or alternatively, you can also click up here, manually add \app data to the path, and hit return. Either way, you should see local, and then programs under that, and Python. And here are where your Python interpreters should live. So if I wanted to add Python 39 to my path, I could double click on that to open it. And then click here in this address bar. I get a string, Control-C to copy. Then I can go back to my environment variables, select this whole thing and paste. And then just match what's already there. So these are ending in backslashes and a backslash, hit return, and then move it up in the path, like so. So that's the first one. And then I'm going to also create a new one for \scripts, and we'll move that up as well. And then we'll make another new one, and we'll paste that, and that'll be lib idle lib, which I don't actually need because I'm not using idle. But I'll go ahead and add it for completeness, and then say OK when I'm done. So now I've added it to the path. If I exit my PyCharm community and start up again, it should be able to find the interpreter. And if it doesn't, I can always manually configure it. So to manually configure an interpreter, you can go for File, Settings, and then somewhere around here you'll see project colon and then the name of the project. If you open that, you'll see a link for Python interpreter. So we'll go ahead and select Python interpreter. It's showing me the location of the correct interpreter, but if it wasn't, I can hit the drop down. If it's here, I can select it. If it's not here, you can click this little gear icon and select Add. And this will allow you to configure a new environment. So once again, either a virtual environment, an existing environment. If it's here, select it. It isn't. But what I can do is click three little dots. This is asking me to locate my Python interpreter. So I navigate to C users mark, and then app data, local programs, Python, and then we open Python, select Python 39, and then inside of here I'm looking for python.exe. So there's my interpreter. I can make it available to all projects and select OK.